Are you moving to Central Florida? In this video, we'll explain the 5 different areas of Central Florida so you can decide which one is best for you. And get this, just by watching this video, you're gonna know more about the greater Orlando area than probably anyone else. There are 5 real distinct areas of Central Florida and greater Orlando, and today we're gonna help you determine which area may have everything you need to live, work, play, and thoroughly enjoy living in Central Florida. Let's get started.
When we talk about the north area, we're talking about cities like Lake Mary, Heathrow, Winter Springs, Altamont Springs, Longwood, and also Sanford, Deltona, and DeBary.
And one of the most desirable features about that northern area is almost every community has excellent schools.
In fact, we're going to put a link down below to the public schools in the greater Central Florida area for you. It's for a video that we shot already. You might want to take a look at that. It'll definitely help you in your decision making if schools are a priority.
Lake Mary and Heathrow are 2 very well-to-do areas. They are gorgeous, and Heathrow Country Club is a great golf course and also a private club.
If you can get on it, I highly recommend you play around there. The entire surrounding Lake Mary Heathrow community is terrific with shopping and restaurants, and the Colonial Town Park Outdoor Mall has everything you need, from great restaurants to unique shops and so much more.
Be mindful, it is a little more expensive, but it is a great area to live. And remember, the schools are top-notch. Altamont Springs, Longwood, and Winter Springs offer a very similar lifestyle as those found in Lake Mary with a little more reasonable cost. And the shopping and dining options do not stop in Lake Mary. You'll find everything you need nearby, along with all the usual stores we find in Central Florida. Publix, Fresh Market, Trader Joe's, and specialty food stores. These communities are a little older, so the average home was built in the 1970s through the 1980s.
Sanford is a remarkable town with an incredible historic district. If you have the opportunity, definitely stroll through Old Sanford and you'll see some incredible homes built in the 1900s to 1920s. Simply remarkable. Sanford's waterfront on Lake Monroe is something to behold as well. The cities of Deltona and DeBary are just north of Lake Monroe, and they're located in Volusia County. Now you may recognize the name Volusia County as it's the county that Daytona Beach is located in.
It is considered a suburb of the greater Orlando area, but homes are reasonably priced there.
Now we can't talk about the north section of Orlando without talking about Wekiva Springs Park. I absolutely love it here. This is a place we take our children all the time. It's right next to Rock Springs Wildlife Area, and the springs are amazing. From snorkeling, rafting, canoeing, and just enjoying the cool spring-fed water is remarkable. So I personally like going... We, Goose. We personally like going to Wekiva Island. It's a lesser-known area, and it's pretty cool. This little place has canoes, paddle boards, and barbecue grills, and a cute restaurant waterside. You'll also see alligators there too, so be mindful of that.
There is plenty of other wildlife in this northern part of Central Florida. We just don't have alligators here.
We have bears. And when a bear is spotted, it usually ends up on the national news.
That's true. You'll see bears walking through neighborhoods looking for those garbage cans that aren't properly secured. Those hungry bears, they just want them some food. We should point out, though, that no one has been harmed by a bear. It's just alarming when you see it. If you're interested in a little more land as well, when you get up into that northern area of Central Florida, you'll find some larger lots. It's not uncommon to find homes on 1-acre lots.
So I have to ask you, Jackie, when you were on the news, did you ever report any bear sightings up there?
Always.
Seriously?
Yeah. There's always a roaming bear. A lot of them in Seminole County, too.
Did you ever do a live reporting when you were right there, like interviewing the bear?
Yeah, I'm going to interview the bear.
Well,
the bears aren't real. They're always men in bear suits. That's a joke.
Or in our case, some of us, it's just men taking the trash out without a shirt on.
True.
Next. East Orlando has Oviedo, Chuliota, Geneva, Waterford Lakes, Avalon Park, Lake Nona, as well as the main campus for the University of Central Florida. Let's start with Chuliota and Geneva. Now, these places you're going to find a lot of larger lots up here. And if you want country, this is where you go. These neighbors stick together, and this is a real sense of community.
I absolutely love Geneva. It's not unusual for your neighbors to have horses, cows, and of course chickens, and you won't find a lot of homeowners associations there at all, which is a good thing because it saves you money. So if you really don't want that pesky HOA member over your shoulder getting into your business all the time, check out Geneva and Chuliota.
I know we already spoke of the video we're dropping down below, which is the public schools. This next city has 2 of their high schools as in the top 10. Those 2 schools are in the city of Oviedo. Oviedo High School and Haggerty High School. Oviedo is one of the best cities in Central Florida for schools, so if schools are a priority to you, you need to look into Oviedo. It's fantastic. It's also very close to the UCF campus.
That's true, but it really doesn't feel like a college town at all. The University of Central Florida, the second largest college in the U.S., is such a blessing to our area. And the funny thing is you don't realize that one of the largest, most populous colleges in the country is right here in Central Florida. The campus is beautiful, and UCF is a terrific college, but we have to mention that this is a Seminole and a Gator household.
That's right, a house divided. We have one in Florida and one in Florida State.
And my alma mater, University of Miami, so it's a house divided.
Well, and remember though, because
Tri-sided.
Grant did go to UCF.
Yes.
So really, we've been to every college there is in Florida. That's what we do. We just sprinkle the money around that way.
And they're all great.
True. Anyway, we love going to the UCF football games, and this year, the Knights are going to be amazing. We have to mention 2 other areas of East Orlando. The Waterford Lakes section is a thriving conglomerate of communities, including Avalon Park, Stony Brook, Cypress Springs, and many other neighborhoods. This area has ample shopping with the Waterford Lakes Town Center as the hub.
And of course, we have to talk about Lake Nona. Lake Nona is a dynamic community. It's known for the Lake Nona Medical Center, a hub of medical and research advancements featuring top-tier hospitals and research centers, including a UCF teaching hospital.
Woohoo, UCF.
The community is into smart living by integrating technology into daily life with energy-efficient designs and cutting-edge tech infrastructure. This is a really well-planned area. You need to check it out. Along with parks, lakes, and recreational trails that cater to outdoorsy people, fostering an active community spirit is a plus. There are plenty of dining options here too, from chef-driven restaurants and local eateries, and my favorite, Boxy Park, a cargo box entertainment venue that is a must-see.
And the east side of Orlando is close to the beaches. Cocoa Beach is only 35 minutes away, as is Port Canaveral, which is now the busiest cruise ship port in the entire country. Did you know that?
I did know that.
How did you know that? You don't like cruises that much.
I don't like cruises that much, but I'm still a little bit in touch with the news.
Well, fair. Anyway, it is the busiest. And just north of Port Canaveral and Cocoa Beach is the Kennedy Space Center.
Here's a fun fact. In most of East Orlando, you can watch those rocket launches from your own backyard. But since the Kennedy Space Center is a short 20 minutes away, it's definitely worth traveling out there for a closer view.
This is a remarkable place with so many interesting bits of history. Definitely add this to your must-do list.
The south side of Central Florida includes the Conway area, Kissimmee, St. Cloud, Celebration, Williamsburg, and also Hunters Creek. The Conway area of Central Florida has old school Florida homes and an incredible chain of lakes. It's called the Conway Chain of Lakes. Isn't that simple? There are some incredible homes on this chain, and the whole area feels a little quieter, more relaxed than you would expect, with the lakes being the center of the attention here.
Now, everybody's heard of Kissimmee and St. Cloud, and everybody's like, oh, I've heard of it, I know all about it. But these are 2 very distinct cities. The city of Kissimmee really caters to the Disney clientele, the people that are coming to stay and visit, and it tends to be a little more touristy. You have a lot of short-term rentals here, as well as Airbnbs. So if you're coming down to vacation, that's a great place to be, and it's really close to Disney. St. Cloud, on the other hand, is its own city, and it's remarkable. This is old school Florida. This town was originally founded as a retirement community for Civil War veterans. A trip to downtown St. Cloud is worth a visit for sure, and what you'll find is a lot of shops and restaurants where the owners actually work there, as well as a real sense of community.
Plus, there are some historic homes in St. Cloud on the south side of East Lake Toho, the large round lake just north of the downtown area. Most of these homes were built in the early 1900s, and some are the cutest turn-of-the-century homes ever. A little bit farther out, you'll find most of the homes have anywhere from 2 to 5 acres of land or more, as well as quite a few new home construction areas as well. So there are a lot of housing options for you. The Williamsburg area gets overlooked a lot. Now, this community was built between the 1970s and the 1980s, and most of the homes there are a lot smaller than what we would build today, somewhere between 1,500 square feet and 2,000 square feet. But the really neat thing about Williamsburg is the location and the affordable housing. To us, it's really one of the best kept secrets in all of Central Florida and the greater Orlando area. And check this out, the Homeowners Association fees are typically very low as well, and in most subdivision, it includes lawn care. Let me say that again. It includes your lawn care, which is a huge plus in the summer.
Oh my God, I wish ours did. It is so hot out there right now.
And it's so expensive.
Yeah. So this would be a good time to warn you to hit the like and subscribe button, or we're going to send Scotch the Wonder Dog over to your front yard.
He's a lion.
Just south of Williamsburg is Hunters Creek. Hunters Creek also has great shopping in the Hunters Creek Plaza, as well as the Loop, which is a brand new outdoor mall, and it's just down the street to your south. Another great perk is that you can be in downtown Orlando in 15 minutes. Lake Nona is just to your east as well, and the airport is only a 10-minute drive from your house. And no airplane noises in this community like some others that I'm not going to mention, like Nona. And the housing prices? Awesome. It's important to note that Gatorland is right down the street, and it's such a cool place. For the record, best fudge ever located in Gatorland.
If we're going to talk about South Central Florida, we have to talk about the charming town of Celebration. Celebration is a unique experience because the homes are so well planned out, like it was planned by Disney. In fact, it was planned by Disney and has a really cool little town feel. Celebration should be on your must-to-do list as well, especially during the holiday season, and specifically if you have children. This town center is beautifully decorated, and they install an ice skating rink. Yes, you heard that correctly, an ice skating rink. It doesn't matter that it's made from plastic. You can still skate on it. Plus, they make snow. And it doesn't matter if the snow is really just bubbles. The kids love it, and you will too. It really is so much fun, and even though our kids are teenagers now, we still take them every year.
Well, take us. They happen to tag along.
It's true.
It's a blast. So we need to talk about West Orlando. That's where we live. The west side includes the cities of Apopka, Ocoee, Windermere, the Dr. Phillips area, Winter Garden, and Claremont a little bit further out.
Apopka and Ocoee each offer distinct charms. Apopka was first settled by the Seminole Indians in the 1800s and is known as the indoor foliage capital of the world for its abundant greenhouses, and you'll see that gardening is always popular in this historic city. The city's rich agricultural heritage shines through its locals farmers markets, which should not be missed on the weekends.
Meanwhile, Ocoee is a little bit quieter, more of a bedroom community. It does have older and newer homes as some new subdivisions are coming into Ocoee. It really is an interesting place to live. Both of these cities work very well together. The town of Windermere, with its slogan, Among the Lakes, is right in the middle of one of the most amazing chain of lakes in Central Florida called the Butler Chain of Lake, which was named after Colonel Robert Butler, the first Surveyor General of the Florida Territories. Windermere is considered a very exclusive area to live in, and the vast majority of the homes are well over $1 million. From its farmers market every Friday to the food trucks the last Friday of each month, and even the different outdoor events that they host like races and water skiing competition, Windermere really does have it all.
The Dr. Phillips area, probably best known for Restaurant Row, which is a conglomerate of some of the most amazing restaurants, all of them located along one street called Sand Lake Road. Dr. Phillips is a wonderful community of well-established homes, incredible shopping, close to the Florida outlet malls, as well as Universal Resort, but far enough away to not be overrun with tourist traffic. This area is incredibly desirable and definitely should be on your checkout list if you want great shopping, great dining, great schools, and to run into us one day. We're always out there. We live here.
Because that's a huge benefit.
Yes.
Now, Dr. Phillips is also home to Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Country Club and Lodge. This is home to the Arnold Palmer Invitational PGA Golf Tournament, and it's right here in the middle of Dr. Phillips. Now, call me if you want to know the secret to getting on that course, because it's private, but you can still get on, and I can tell you how.
Tell them now.
No, they got to call me.
Okay. See, I would tell you I'm nicer than George.
I'm not like that. Because I'm going to play with you. That's why.
Oh, okay. I knew there was like
There's
an
a hook.
ulterior motive there. All right, he wants to play with you. Give him a call.
It's the Arnold Palmer course. It's Bay Hill. Anyway, next. The town of Winter Garden is actually a huge swath of land. Historic Winter Garden has one of the best farmers markets in the world, and the downtown area is absolutely charming.
And just like Celebration, you definitely need to check that out during the holiday season.
Well, it was just amazing when we were there, wasn't it? We took the kids, we took photos everywhere. I mean, it's like being in a wonderland.
Yes, and you can take your dogs out there too. So you might see our little Scotchy lion roaming the
wonder
streets
dog.
during the holidays. Winter Garden proper is a very well-designed, newer community that is still growing and has lots of new homes available. Now, Winter Garden is one of the most desirable areas because of its proximity to downtown Orlando, but yet it's far enough away that it's becoming its own self-contained little bubble area. And the Winter Garden outdoor mall, called the Winter Garden Village, is huge. It's definitely a shopping destination.
And we can't forget our sister city just to the west, Claremont. Claremont is in Lake County and is a city on top of rolling hills, which is very unusual for Florida. It's also a triathlon training capital of the world because of all the lakes and all the hills. Claremont is absolutely stunning, and Old Claremont has a town center that is a must visit as well. Now, we love Claremont and know that you will too. It's around 35 to 45 minutes away from downtown Orlando though, and that's important to note. Now, let's talk about Central Orlando, the downtown area. This includes cities like Winter Park, Maitland, College Park, and the little districts throughout Central Orlando.
The city of Winter Park is probably the best known city outside of Orlando. It got its name when the Northerners migrated to Winter Park for their winter home. So it has a really interesting air to it. It's where the old money goes. And I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. It's just a really well-established community. Here's a fun fact for you. Winter Park was first called Lakeview because it also has its own chain of lakes. And as you would expect, the homes are unbelievably beautiful. Rollins College, a private university, is located in the heart of Winter Park, just south of Park Avenue, which, by the way, has some amazing shopping. The shopping street there, Park Avenue, is like chef's kiss gorgeous. Everything about it is just great.
Just north of Winter Park is Maitland, and Maitland, while a little less expensive, enjoys all the amenities that Winter Park does as well. And if you live in Maitland, you get the benefit of Winter Park high schools, which are A-rated and extraordinary. The College Park area just to the west of downtown Orlando used to be the servants' quarters to Winter Park in Orlando back in the day. So a lot of these homes are really cute little bungalow-style homes. And if you ever thought of downsizing, College Park has our version of our tiny homes.
But they're not that tiny.
They're really not. The bungalows, they're amazing. Well, you just saw the pictures. They're pretty cool. And drive up and down Edgewater, which is the main street of College Park, and there's great shopping and great restaurants as you'd expect. And speaking of restaurants, the tap room at Dubstred Golf Course, which is in the heart of College Park, is terrific. And when you go, try their burgers. They're the best in town.
Okay, so downtown Orlando and the surrounding Orlando areas have a bunch of different communities that have different flavors. There's the Milk District, Lake Eola Heights, Thornton Park, and Soto, just to name a few. And the real downtown area, which surrounds our signature lake, is called Lake Eola. Lake Eola, by the way, is actually a sinkhole, and it's a huge one, and it's 100 feet deep.
Now, you're thinking sinkholes. Oh my God, don't freak out. Central Florida area is actually one of the lesser affected places in all of Florida for sinkholes. So you're good. They don't happen that much. Don't worry about it. All right, so now you have a pretty good idea of the 5 different sections of the greater Central Florida area. Where do you think you might fit in best?
That's a question for you. What do you want in your dream home? What are your wants and needs? Is it a spectacular pool, a big yard, a kitchen a chef would die for? What is it that you want? We love to talk to you about what's important to you when the time comes, and we want to thank you right now for taking the time to watch this video.
We're going to put at the end of this video another one that might be of interest to you. Check it out if you want to, and either way, thanks so much. Have a great day.